Gather round, friends new and old, and welcome to the Powwow podcast. I am one of your hosts, Philip.
And, oh my God, I'm David.
Are you a host?
I am a host.
Oh, good. I was wondering.
To several parasites.
Oh, Jesus. Any Oscars?
And a podcast.
Yes, there we go. We are both just wandering in our own nomad land. Speaking of Oscars, all right, this has been one of our more interesting.
Don't go there.
I know, God, we're actually coming up on that episode probably somewhat sooner rather than later.
I think it's in like April.
Okay, so
yeah, it's a fair ways away, or at the end of March or something. Yeah.
Is there any way that we're going to avoid the obvious for us, but not for the audience? Is there any way that we walk around the subject of why this week was so good for you?
Oh no, I mean I'm wearing my hoodie again. I'm repping. Man, it was so nerve-wracking.
How high are your emotions right now off of having a team in the Super Bowl?
So good, man. The Rams are in the Super Bowl. I'm so excited. Everyone's saying
I didn't hear from you for like a solid 20 minutes after the game. Did you get blitzed? Were you just running around naked? Were you celebrating via fireworks? Like what happened? I was actually worried for you because I heard I don't
know. I mean, it was obviously late at night, and I don't even know what I was doing.
Did you cry? Were you like happy?
I didn't cry, but I was very delighted. And yeah, I mean, I'm just stoked for some of the players who just deserve that honor so much. And like as a fan, like I mean, I was with this team before they made the Super Bowl a few years ago. Like I was supporting them, and I've supported them through the years since then. And it's so cool to see them actually make it to the Super Bowl again. And this time, hopefully, they win. Send the Bengals home. I have an interesting, like, it's kind of interesting because I have family. Like, obviously, I spent most of my time in the U.S. in LA because that's where I love LA. I love California. It's definitely a home to me. I have a lot of family in Kentucky, which is 2 hours away from Cincinnati. And the Cincinnati Bengals are the other team in the Super Bowl. So, if anything, that just gives me more reason to want the Rams to win. In 2 weeks' time. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. Phil, I know, is very excited as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
For me, it was a great week. Certainly capped off by that. I want to say, can I just toot my own horn? I predicted this Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
I predicted this Super Bowl. Yes, there was some cash involved, and that's fine. That's fine. But more so than anything else, I was just, it's putting your money where your mouth is. I predicted this Super Bowl. I only hedged. I only had one other side that I thought that this could be, and God bless it all, I actually predicted it, which is it's odd to think, really, because there's never been a Super Bowl where a 1, a 2, or a number 3 seed even were not represented in the Super Bowl. First time ever of a 4 seed or less on both sides of the Super Bowl. Second time. Yeah, there's a lot to go into the Super Bowl episode. Maybe we'll get into it when we actually have a Super Bowl episode. As you all know, we are very much into the sports. It's like just the height of the time right now. So we apologize if this is not your gag, not your thing. We promise it doesn't interact with the rest of it. In fact, the rest of it is not only worth your time, it's going to be something of a waste of time. Let's get right to it.
So let me just say, how do I put this? I was going to prepare some things to talk about today, and then I got distracted and I started procrastinating, and really that's just the theme of the day here. So here we are.
Well, we're talking about. We thought that the previous 2 episodes, as fun as they were, and inquisitive and inspiring as they could have possibly been, and long. they were just a little heavy, just a little bit edging on the heavy side. So we just let's go fun. Let's go just something. Just let's lighten the mood. Let's maneuver our way to something just more loungy.
Yeah, exactly. So, Phil, what are we talking about today?
We're going to be talking about things that are a waste of time. Now, I realize that there are a lot of things that we could possibly list in here, but for my definition and what I did to include it on my list are things that are truly a waste of time in that They serve no purpose outside of doing the activity, doing the thing, enjoying the thing, whatever it could possibly be in its own moment. There's no later end result. There's no reasoning for its productivity. Whatever it does, it doesn't even improve a skill. There's just nothing to the point of it, but yet we do it just to waste time, which is a sin. You know, a time is a very unfortunate thing to waste. And actually, for myself, kind of hard. I don't know about you, Hoffman, but kind of hard to do. My mind's usually racing. I have to, like, whenever I go to sleep, I have to take sleeping pills because my brain just never stops. I find it very hard to just sit and do nothing. But I do on occasion find things that click my brain off. Hoffman, what is that similar to what you would define as a waste of time?
I'm confused. I'm confused as to what you're asking me.
Would you say that my definition is a fair one of what qualifies as a waste of time?
Sure. Sure.
Phenomenal. All right. So I have three things that are considered a waste of time. David, you have three things that are considered a waste of time.
That is
For
correct.
me, I have man, I have one that's like an honorable mention even, but I'll plug that in where I certainly can. What is your first one, David?
I'm going to go with, and this is a cliche, I'm not going to go with all social media because I think that obviously there are some benefits to scrolling through social media, especially if you need a laugh or you're only following friends and you want to catch up with friends or whatever, you want to see what they've been up to. But I'm going to say Facebook is a total waste of time. I'm going to say that Facebook is barely ever worth checking. I have come to the point where I only check it once, maybe once every couple days, at usually even less than that, maybe once a week. I used to check it multiple times a day, but I realized that there's just so little things of value on there that I actually consider worth seeing, unlike Instagram where I get to see photos that friends post, whatever. Which even Instagram is starting to become more and more sort of toxic in terms of social media. But Facebook, total waste of time. Start checking it less. That's what I did, and I'm happier for it.
The only thing that I would feel nervous about losing Facebook over would be the birthdays, actually, because I just cannot remember
Yeah, I
birthdays.
stopped caring about that as well. I just I just like I mean, most of those people don't wish me a happy birthday. I don't think it's that important to wish everybody a happy birthday. People who consider important enough, I have their birthdays in my calendar already. So, and I'm not saying you should delete your Facebook. There's way too many, let me say, put this delicately, older people
Mm.
whom I'm only connected with on Facebook. And so if I delete Facebook, I lose my connection with those people. So I keep it, but I don't check it very much.
My waste of time, very good addition for you, Hoffman. My waste of time is going to be the thing that started all this topic and my idea. Minecraft for me. Have you ever played
Oh my god.
Minecraft,
No, I have
Hoffman?
not. I have not.
Yes, it is a tremendous, tremendous waste of time. And I realize that even as I say that, I'm probably going to have a sect of the audience who's going to say, "How dare you? How?" But trust me, I'm coming from a place where I actually very much enjoy it. It's not meant to be an insult. I'm just saying that even the way that I specifically play is something the thing about Minecraft is that you can build and do whatever you want. The world is your oyster and you can make an oyster if you want to, if you have enough blocks. But I'm so lame that I even go above and beyond to go to the next level of I just mine. There's no rhyme or reason for what I do. I go on there and I have like a 10 by 10 block. I mine my way down, and for some unearthly reason I find enjoyment in that. I don't know why. I don't. There's no purpose to it. It's ridiculous. I feel dumb for having doing it because it's not even. There's no purpose. It's just a colossal waste of time, and it gives me motivation to edit the podcast at times because I'll say, oh, when this quote unquote day within the game ends, I can work on the podcast, and then whenever the day is up or whenever it begins, I
Yeah,
can then
wow.
go play. It's a huge
I've
waste of
never
time.
never gotten into it. I've never understood the fascination, but I've seen so many people. I think it's a very common waste of time, unfortunately. So, my next one and I think this is kind of an abstract concept here. I think this is a waste of time when you're on vacation, going out of your way to go gift shopping. This vacation
Oh,
is for you. Enjoy your vacation. If you happen to stumble upon something and you're like, oh, Judy would love that. Oh, that's so darling. Let me go get that for Judy. Then, sure, go get that for Judy. Judy will be delighted. However, if you're going out of your way to find gifts for everybody, I mean,
what the
that's not what
hell will
vacation.
Judy want?
I know exactly. It's not about them. Enjoy your vacation. Have a good time. See the sights. Lie on the beach. Or God forbid, Phil should lie on the beach. But you, the normal listener, lie on the beach. Go
Unless it's a
skiing,
nudist
wherever you're
beach.
vacationing. It is not about bringing home a gift for everybody who just, if you happen to find something great, but gift shopping, going out of your way to go gift shopping on vacation, it's a total waste of your precious vacation time.
A fine addition to the list, Hoffman, my second one, is going to be coloring in and shading in. Now, I'd even say that coloring is a bit of a reach for me. What I prefer to do, and I can't I have no artistic ability. Truly, I can draw.
Draw.
I can draw stick figures. I can draw maybe something that gets you possibly to whatever it is I'm supposed to be, but I really can't do it. But what I lose my mind in, and as a kid, I remember doing this so much, is I would just go on a piece of paper and grab a pen or pencil and just shade it in, just color it in. Maybe I'd make a shape, maybe I wouldn't. There would be no rhyme or reason. It'd just be coloring it in and just getting all that space and all that empty blank paper another shade or another color. There's no reason. It just calms my mind. And again, there's no, at the end of it, I just throw out the piece of paper, and it's not like it would be a full thing of paper, and it's wasting ink, it's wasting paper. But I, for whatever reason, love to do it. It calms my mind. It focuses me on one thing.
Well, then why is it a waste of time?
Because I don't even necessarily do it to calm my mind. It just happens to be a happenstance. Like whenever if I'm frantic and I'm saying,
So
"Oh,
you just do it out of habit.
yeah, I just do it. Yeah, if I'm like bored in the middle of getting in traffic school because I sped one time, like I'll just bring along a piece of paper and I'll just color it for the day. It's not something that I actively seek out. I only do it to either waste time, or when I'm in the middle and I just find myself, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm wasting time. I always just associate it with wasting time. So coloring
Well,
in and shading in, but not even like a coloring book. A coloring book, at least you have a pretty picture at the end of it. Mine, there's nothing there.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Hoffman,
I think there's some benefits to that. I mean, like just the fact that it does calm you down. So I don't know if I'd classify it as a full waste of time. For example, like for me, when I want to procrastinate, I do online quizzes, and I'll talk a little bit about this later, I'm sure. Um, I do online quizzes, and I sort of just like random stuff. I have a website I go to, and I do random trivial quizzes, geography, other things, whatever. And I think that I benefit somewhat from that because it's educational. Like I learn things while I'm doing these quizzes. Some of them, the information is not quite as useful, but sometimes it is, and it has come in handy in the past. But the last thing I'm actually bringing to the table, which is actually a waste of time completely, is texting. Now, texting is a wonderful tool, and sometimes it's way better to text than to call or send voice notes. Obviously, texting is fine.
this is a bold statement from you.
However, if you're having a conversation, if you're having a full on conversation, like a lengthy, like back and forth, just pick up the phone and call the person. For crying out loud, it'll just be so much smoother. Unless you need a written record of this conversation, in which case, yeah, I guess text, then just call. Oh my God, it's so much quicker.
Well, okay, hold on though. Would you also qualify this as like, I mean, feel free to not answer this, but sexting? I mean, there's certainly paragraphs in
I
that.
mean,
Uh,
yes,
uh,
I if you're gonna be sexting, then why not just I mean, unless you have to be quiet, I guess. I don't know. It's an I
you
can't
just
say
prefer
that
a
I've
phone
I've
call.
been in
You
this
just prefer a phone
situation.
call. Okay, you just prefer a
Yeah, I
phone
mean,
call.
I think anyone should prefer a phone. It's just it's quicker, it's easier, it's a little bit more personal if you are doing the sexting. Um, yeah, I mean, just pick up the phone and call the damn person.
My last one. I was going to say driving around because it is a waste of time and
Oh, I
certainly a
love
waste of
driving
gas.
around.
I do love driving
Yeah, it
around,
is a waste of gas. That's
but it
true.
is a waste of gas and it's technically a waste of time and waste of miles on the car. So I'm not going to
Mm.
go there because I don't want to be a bad influence. And I know how it might have hurt you in the environmentalist that resides inside of you. So I'm going to go with something else. Killing flies. I love killing flies. It's a waste of time. And I don't know, I don't care what I'm doing. I could be in the middle of a business call. I could be in the middle of a work shift. I could be whatever it is. If it becomes accessible, if I'm trapped in a room with a fly and I find it, my whole focus becomes where's the fly? All right, I'm going to try and kill it. And it's just
Yeah,
there's really no reason. I mean, the fly's going to die in what? A day, 2 days, maybe. There's flies don't
yeah,
have a
but it
purpose. And
buzzes.
before
So if some of them like buzz around for that whole day,
yes.
and it drives you crazy.
Oh, the most annoying one is if you're in a living space and you're watching something and the fly just won't get away from the
Lands
TV.
on the TV.
The
Yeah.
TV.
Oh,
Why do the flies exist to go to the TV? I mean, I get it. The
it's
whole
the
light, they're
light.
drawn to. I know, but it's still annoying. And I don't want people to think that I'm just against all animals or bugs or anything. It's purely flies. They're annoying. I hate the fact that whenever they land, they're so dizzy that they puke on whatever it is that they land. That's disgusting to me. So anytime I hear a
Yeah.
fly and it lands on me, I'm like, what? My whole being just goes and ushers itself towards killing a fly. So much so that I bought one of those like zapping swatters, bug zapping swatters to go off and get flies. And it's just, oh, it feels good, David. It feels
Oh,
great.
they're fantastic. Yeah, and
They
then if it
truly are.
like if you manage to get it on the fly zapper and you keep the button down and it just like fries the fly,
We're going to sound
I
like
have
monsters
no
here.
shame in enjoying that. No, it's the greatest feeling.
It's like your
You
own
know,
personal
especially those
rendition of the
rare
Green
cases.
Mile.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's really a lot like that. No, but especially if you manage to get like flies, are irritating, but there's no like I just hate mosquitoes with a passion. If
Oh
you
God,
happen
yeah.
to get a mosquito on there, that's a sweet
But
feeling.
I'm even going to say flies because technically flies don't do anything. Mosquitoes, I mean, they carry diseases, man. Like, I mean, flies do too, but it's, whatever. We associate it more heavily with mosquitoes. Anyways, what were we talking about? I don't know. It's been a waste of time. Let's go along to the next thing. This episode of Powwow Podcast is sponsored by Sides.
Meet Sides, SIDES, an app that helps you take the law into your own hands.
Turn ordinary agreements into binding contracts in seconds. Then, if a dispute arises, Sides will step in to resolve it for you.
Wait, Phil, that was supposed to be my line.
What did we agree to in the contract?
I don't know. I guess we can use Sides to settle this dispute because each dispute costs a small one-time fee.
And if you win, which I will, it's all awarded back to you.
Sign up now and get 16% off for a limited time only.
May I help you?
You talking to me?
I need to talk to you.
A little word of advice.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome then.
You're welcome. Yeah. All right. So this is our mini segment where we just offer you the advice that you never thought you needed. You probably don't, but we're going to give it to you anyway. My advice is really for myself here. This is the number one person who I need to listen to this advice is me. But maybe you
Okay.
need to hear this as well. Read a fucking book. Okay? Pick up a book and read a damn book, okay? I have not read a book in a long time. I probably should
You've got
start.
like 18 behind you right now.
Shut up. I need to read books. Like, I don't read enough. In fact, I basically don't read at all. I read online, the useful shit sometimes, but read a book. You're welcome.
When choosing your dining options on where to take yourself and the wife, husband, as well as your infant child who might not understand why people are yelling, perhaps choose any other fine dining establishment than a sports bar on Conference Championship Sunday where crowds of fans are hanging on the edge of their seat with each and every moment in the game and yelling as needed, causing your child to be frightened and add to the clamor. You're welcome.
Okay, so for once more this week, we're comparing and contrasting, taking you back to third grade here, compare and contrast streaming services, which are arguably somewhat of a waste of time, an enjoyable one, perhaps. So, Phil, the way I wanted to do this was let's talk about which streaming service is our go to for movies, for shows, and then let's pick a best overall.
Okay.
Okay, so you first. What is the best streaming service for shows?
Full disclosure, I do not have Apple TV. I know that that's a strong contender for a lot of people, especially with Ted Lasso.
Maybe for movies more so. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, Ted Lasso, but they don't have a lot yet. They're
Right. They're still growing
they're
their
still
archive.
there. Yeah, I mean
Or
they're doing
yeah,
quite well. They're doing quite
yeah.
well, but I don't think they're really a contender just because they don't have the volume yet.
The other one would be Peacock. I don't have that, and I know a lot of people obviously love The
I
Office.
mean,
I've already
look,
seen it, and then
I don't have
Yellowstone.
access to any of these American streaming services. So
Okay, so my favorite one for a movie, you said favorite one
no,
for a
well,
movie.
for shows first.
For shows first. Shows first. This is a hands down winner for me. It's got to be Hulu. Hulu has
Oh,
access to
really?
so. Oh yeah, has access to so many shows, so many great shows that I watch on the regular.
Is that for
Especially
like the Hulu originals or
include them, but more
okay?
so, they just hold a lot of good live TV that aired. Now you do have to wait a day, but they have pretty much everything that you could want. If you ever actually did watch live TV and you just want to see something, they usually have it the next day. If not, they have access to it that you can pay like super duper Hulu premium for if you want. So they have just
Super
access to
duper Hulu.
yeah, super duper. Yeah, it's tremendous.
Okay. Hulu doesn't exist here. I did have it in the US, but for me, for what is here, we basically have Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime, Apple TV Plus, and yeah, I mean, those are the main ones. I would have to say Netflix. I think that Netflix, they produce a lot of crap. So Netflix has the volume thing down pat. They have so much volume, but they produce a lot of crap on the one hand, but then they also have some gems. Like for example, Queen's Gambit. That was
Breaking
a
Bad.
real gem. Well, Breaking Bad is on Netflix, but it's not a Netflix. Well, but I
Sure.
mean, I guess it counts, right? Because you
Yeah.
would go there to watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but like Queen's Gambit, for example, Marvel's Daredevil and Punisher, those are like some of the best shows that streaming shows that I've ever seen. So yeah, I would say Netflix for shows. I'll go next for movies. For movies, it's got to be Disney Plus.
Oh
Like there's
wow.
just so much there, like
Wow, I
so much
disagree.
material there. It's different here though. There are more things here, I guess. So I guess this is hard to judge, but like we have all kinds of movies on Disney Plus that aren't available probably on Disney Plus in the US because those rights are owned by Peacock or whatever other streaming service.
I wonder. I
So
wonder
what
that.
would be yours for movies?
Mine would have to be HBO Max here in the States, and that's probably a surprise to many people. But HBO Max,
Hmm.
the fact that you can get a lot, at least right now, for what it is, you can get a lot of like current films just free with your subscription, along with a lot of good, actually just good quality films. The mix of those two, if I'm talking just films, I'm gonna have to go with HBO Max. As annoying as they are with their subscription service, with all the things that they did, and they're now finally like we're just HBO Max, but it was like HBO Max, HBO Purple, HBO Go. It was disgusting. All right, let's go to best overall streaming service, all encompassing.
Yeah, this is hard. I mean, like for example, another big difference here is like I still get The Office on Netflix, so
Oh
that
wow,
automatically puts Netflix like pretty high. And despite some of the good quality like limited series that Disney Plus is putting out for Marvel, Star Wars, whatever, I think I'm gonna go with Netflix as my favorite streaming service. Still the king. There's some great stuff on Prime as well. Shout out to them, like Upload. I'm excited for season 2 of Upload, but yeah, Netflix.
I am there too. It's the king for a reason. Netflix, the first, the original, long reign, the king. Netflix has so many of my go tos, and I go there pretty much. Just it's my standard. That's my
Yeah,
standard, if not YouTube. But yeah, here we go.
right. The game is upon us. And for a record-setting 4th time, he has returned to the podcast. It's Alex Olson. Welcome.
Woo! Yay!
You are our first 4, I believe.
So either I'm a very good guest or I'm not very busy on Monday evenings. It's one of the
two.
One of the two. We're going to go with the former.
Two. Yes, the former, not the latter. Alex, thank you. By now, you know the drill. So does the audience, but we're glad to have you back. Let's get right to the questions. And I'll start out as per the standard. I get 2. First off, did you ever have the hots for a teacher? And if so, what subject did they teach?
Ooh. Mathematics.
And it's me going first?
You're the only one going, but yes.
Oh, I'm the only one going. Oh, I see.
Just so that the listeners can get to know the important aspects of what makes you who you are, Alex.
I see. I probably did. I cannot think of of an instance. I definitely had a crush on a TA in college in university. So that was politics. But yeah, I can't give you any more incriminating input than that.
For the TA, did you ever get additional tutoring, additional
No. It was a very very brief what's the word? Unrequited love story.
Fleeting affair.
Exactly.
Fleeting affair, yeah.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, I have a scenario for you, Alex. You've been photographed by paparazzi stepping out of a Lamborghini in the same outfit you were wearing last night at the gala.
Oh, no.
Which celebrity's car was it? And please explain.
The celebrity's car was Justin Timberlake, because we were working on our hot new track that's dropping this Friday. And
what's it called?
Ass in the Crack?
Precisely that. Exactly.
Yeah.
You've spoiled it. Acronym to Ike.
Ike. Yes.
And the reason was I only have the one gala going outfit, and it's and I'm being sustainable, right? I'm inspired by Greta Thunberg to not
laundry detergent
myself
is bad for the environment. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, all right, Phil, your last question.
Alex, would you rather change your height right now to 3 feet tall or 10 feet tall?
Ooh.
Why and why? What are the positives and negatives of each for you?
I see. The initial inclination is go for 10 feet, right? Because you want to be tall, and that's like a good thing. But I think there are more occasions where being tall would be an annoyance than where being short would be. You know, fitting into airplanes and cars and what have you. I think if you had to pick between 10 and 3 foot, then I'd go with 3 foot. But I use the metric system, so I don't know quite how short 3 foot is.
3 foot is less than a meter.
Yeah. No, but I could do that.
You're not going to ride any roller coasters ever again.
I could rock the Peter Dinklage.
I bet that there is a reverse height limit, though. I don't think you could ride a roller coaster unless it's one of those your feet dangle.
10 feet, yeah, that's true.
If you're 10 foot tall, then you're going to be decapitated.
In fact, I would dare say you'd be more likely to ride one at 3 foot tall than at 10 foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think those height limits are done because of an age associated with that height. But anyways, awesome discussion. Let's go to the game. I've created something for both of us, even though, as always, we kind of come up with our own iterations of the same game. That's the beauty of Powwow. The game is called The Game That Takes 30 Seconds. Yes, very inventive. What's going to happen is the host of each game is going to take both competitors. Both competitors are then going to be given a subject as well as 30 seconds to list as many items or things within said category. Now, when the following participant joins in the game, they are going to have a different subject, and we will continue that on for 3 rounds per participant, each getting 30 seconds per round. The person with the most points, the most things by the end of the game will indeed win and emerge victorious. Alex, do you understand the game as I have described it?
I understand the game as you've described it.
Fantastic. Now, Alex, one more important question. Who would you care to face off against first?
I will face off against David first.
David, meaning my game is first, and the only iteration that I believe we have discussed beforehand between the two games is that in my game, Alex, since you are going first, you can pick a number between 1 and 6 to add to the randomness and show that I did not list my subjects in any particular order or any relevance. So go ahead, 1 through 6. Where would you like to go with the Russian roulette?
Number 5, please.
Number 5. Number 5 is off the board. And with this, Alex, the moment I am done, and you'll hear this ding. Whenever you hear that, go ahead and start your 30 seconds, and you will hear a resounding ending at the end of your 30 seconds. Here we go. Things you cover up.
Things you cover up. Your shame. Last night's leftovers. Corruption. Things you cover up. Your body. Things you cover up. Jesus. Scandals. Your pets if they're cold.
And that's it. I have 6 for you, Alex. I particularly
I feel like
like
that was very poor by me.
I like how you went both physical and sociological. You went scandals as well as food. Very rare to find that. All right, Hoffman, 1 through 6 is available to you. Sans number 5.
I will take 1.
1. Subject number 1, Hoffman. Types of bugs. Go.
Stink bug, millipede, centipede, fly, mosquito, cockroach, ant.
15 seconds.
Goodness gracious. What else has 6 legs? Oh my god, this is so elephant beetle.
Done.
Okay.
And with the final inclination of elephant beetle, Alex, can you confirm that an elephant beetle is indeed a real bug?
I've never heard of one. It sounds like it would be a thing.
Well, if nothing
beetle.
else, I'm surprised that did you even go regular beetle, let alone enough to go elephant
I
beetle?
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Have you Googled this? Elephant beetles are massive.
Well, that makes
They're the
sense.
size of your hand.
All right, Alex, you are
the name is fitting.
They are horrifying.
I'm Googling it now, and I'm so sorry that this is a not a visual medium.
Alex, you are trailing behind David and his elephant beetle ass right now with a score of 6-8. But what we will do is we will have Hoffman go back to back, and since he's now leading, and Hoffman 1 through 6. Excuse me, now actually 2 through 6 minus 5. Where would you like to go?
I would like number 3.
Number 3 is now off the table.
All the odd numbers are off the table.
Elements on the periodic table.
Hydrogen, helium, beryllium, lithium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, magnesium, sodium, calcium, barium, radium, uranium, plutonium, neptunium, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, lead, arsenic, selenium, polonium.
And done. All right,
Wow.
Alex, can you confirm all those?
Yeah, they all sounded legit.
Okay.
I assure you they're all on the periodic table. Were you expecting me to name 5, Phil?
I think that was I feel like you learned the periodic table song at some point and just had to recite it.
No, this is so fitting because I know we haven't recorded the episode yet at this point. Sorry, listeners, but you've heard this if you're listening. Earlier in the episode, I guarantee I talked about how I like to waste time by doing online quizzes where one of them includes the periodic table. So I'm sure I'll mention that later when we record what you already heard.
Fair
Sporkle
enough.
Sorry if
strikes
that's
again.
confusing.
And with that, I'm sure Alex. Again, I tried to do things. I'm sure you would have done very well on that subject as well, Alex.
I
That
definitely
felt
wouldn't have done as well as David. That's a very
okay.
well-deserved, however many points he got.
Yes,
How
and
many
that
was
was
that?
that was a resounding 26. 26. Now, again, there are all these categories in theory are endless, Alex. So there is a way for you to get back into this.
Well, except for that one. There's
Except
only
for
a
that one,
possible 118, I think.
All right, there are 3 left, Alex. Number 2, number 4, and number 6. All the even ones. Where would you like to go?
I'll go number 4.
Number 4. Alex, as soon as I'm done with this, go ahead. Here we go.
Yeah.
Types of subs / sandwiches.
A hot dog, a BLT, a toasty, a jamon iberico sandwich. Can I just go cheese sandwich, a ham sandwich, a mustard sandwich, a mayonnaise sandwich, a chicken sandwich, a beef sandwich, a sandwich, a
And you're done.
sandwich.
Okay. All right, we have to go to
You're
the
done.
referee.
That's
All right.
enough.
You are done. Before I can even begin to score, we have 2 just off the top, just blaring horns, alarms going off. I don't know if I can count these. Let's start with shit sandwich. Hoffman,
Can I
we
guess
count?
what the other one is? Is it the
I
mustard
know
one?
what the other one is.
No. The other one actually is a hot dog.
No, I'm okay with it. As his
You're okay with hot
contestant,
dog?
I'll allow hot dog.
Okay, so shit sandwich we
Sandwich.
are not. Hot dog we are.
Yes.
Okay, let me begin counting.
Because really, the difference between a sandwich and a hot dog is mostly philosophical.
I don't even agree that a hot dog is a sandwich, but it was useful for the purposes of the exercise.
All right.
Fair enough.
With that, Alex, you have made a respectable comeback here with 11 there.
Okay.
So now you are trailing behind 17 to 34. 17 to 34, exactly half of where Hoffman lies right now. And with that, I think it's only appropriate that Hoffman, you take the last round. Maybe you trip up. Alex, you can
Okay.
crawl your way back in. Or maybe
Alright,
some
okay,
sort
fair
of
enough.
deal can be made. Either way. Hoffman, you have only 2 choices here. Number 2 or number 6.
I will take number 6.
Number 6. Alex, I'm going to say up front, this is probably the one you wanted him to pick.
All right.
Hoffman, things that are expensive.
Gucci belt, diamonds, gold, houses, Lamborghinis, Porsches, fancy jewelry, Tiffany's, I don't know. Tickets to the Super Bowl. Flights. Tickets
done.
to space.
And you were done before you said tickets to space, or at least before I
Fair
heard
enough,
tickets to
because
space.
I mean, who's buying any tickets to space?
Richard
except for-
Branson or whoever.
It would have counted. It would have
Richard Branson.
qualified. It would have
Okay.
qualified. All right.
I mean, they are expensive. So
Alex, just off the top of your head, what was number 1? What was going to be the first thing you listed when you heard that category?
Oh, when I heard expensive,
Yes.
I was probably going to go like computers and things as opposed to Gucci belts, but
Yes.
but I think all of David's objects qualified, right?
Absolutely, they all did, but there was only 9 of them, meaning that as a total, David only gave himself to 43, which isn't actually too far off. You're 26 away with your current score of 17, Alex. Is there any concessions you want to make here, David? Are you willing to throw the man a bone, or you want to see where he lays after this?
I'll happily walk to my grave.
Okay, Alex. Alex wants to go
Fair is
down
fair.
like a scholarman and a gentleman. Here we go. The last subject, Alex.
Yeah.
Cartoon characters' names.
Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, Pluto, cartoon characters, Jesus, Swedish ones, Bamse, Lilla Skutt, Skalman, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, who else is a cartoon character? Kim Possible. Her friend Ron, the little pink hairy
You're
rat
done.
from Kim
You're
Possible.
done. So it's interesting that you went Scooby-Doo, yet decided to name none of the rest of the mystery gang. Isn't the 30
yeah,
seconds
come
just
on.
isn't the 30 seconds just so time crunching in your mind where when you're sitting away from it, you're like, oh, come on, you could have done this, you could have done that.
I had no recollection of any of the other Scooby-Doo characters' names until after the clock was out.
All right, well, as I'm
What
sure
about all the
everybody
Looney
guessed.
Tunes? Come on, that's where I was going. I was just going Looney Tunes.
All
The
my
nice thing is that there's
cartoons
so many
were in
of them.
I was just structurally disadvantaged by my Swedish
True.
language upbringing.
Fair enough.
Even if I give you the benefit of the doubt with the Swedish cartoons, as I do not know them to confirm them, you came in well below the required 26, but you did get and managed to find 13. So about half of what you needed. If there was one more round, you probably could have gotten there if David had gotten something like types of bark or something that he would have to go through.
I like that I improved from round to round while David
You did.
peaked early.
He did.
Yeah,
he was a crescendo that fell down. David, you won. Congratulations. You won the
Thank
first
you.
iteration. And I dare say that I am now worried that I will now be facing a seasoned veteran who is on the up and up as opposed to going
Right,
down.
yeah.
It's only one way from here.
My game is slightly different here. Okay, so my game is a little bit different. I really like your game better, Phil. You always do such a good job. And that's
Well,
as much credit as I'll give you today. So this game is, I have prepared specific ones for, now I've prepared specific questions for Phil and for Alex. Now, if you guys love chaos, we can mix it up. However, that might not go as well.
The only question I have, did you do hard ones specifically for us, or did you do easy ones specifically for us?
Well, it's more like I aim them, for at least a couple of them, I aim them at your
Subject
actually, really only for
no.
two of them. I aim them at your sort of subject areas, or like, yeah. I mean, you'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe for these
I want to
first
give
two,
Philip the chance to show off his subject area of expertise.
Yeah, absolutely.
for these first two, we're gonna do it how I planned, and then we'll mix up the last four because those ones are more
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Okay.
Alex goes first since he went first.
Alex will go first.
Your game.
Sure. Alex.
Yeah.
I would like you to name countries that have won the FIFA World Cup or the UEFA Euros. Understood? Okay, go.
Brazil, England, Spain, Portugal, Greece, France, Argentina, I think, Mexico, Uruguay, I think. Who else has won? Denmark, maybe. Who am I missing? Italy, obviously. And
that's
else?
it. You're done. Oh, okay. So I count
right.
1, 2, 3. Mexico was incorrect, by the way. However, I count
I
1,
hosted
2,
one, but never
3,
won.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm happy with that.
I will read them off for you. Uruguay, you said. Italy, you said. Germany. Did you say Germany?
Oh, I missed Germany.
Nope, you missed Germany. All right, Brazil, England, Argentina, France, Spain, the Soviet Union, Czechoslovakia. You missed both of those. Netherlands, you missed. They won the Euros. Denmark, you got.
Yeah.
Greece, you got, and Portugal, you got, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
I'm reasonably
points
happy with
for
that
you.
completion rate.
Yeah, that's very good. There were 10 out of the possible 14, so that was a very good completion percentage. All right. Now, Phil, it is your turn. And for you, I want you to name teams that have never won a Super Bowl. Are you ready? Go.
Yep. Minnesota Vikings, St. Louis, the Rams, Falcons, Bengals, Browns, Chargers. Cardinals.
Time is up.
Jesus.
Oof. The Rams won in 99, 2000. Yeah, they beat the Titans.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Titans would have been another
But you
one.
were right about all the others. The full list is the Bengals, the Panthers, Falcons, you were right. Chargers, you were right. Minnesota, yes. Arizona, Tennessee, Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Detroit Lions, and Cleveland Browns. So
Jesus.
you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct. So well done. Phil, you are on 6 points. Alex, you are on 10 points.
I was expecting the reverse. I was expecting the teams that have won a Super Bowl. I was prepping myself.
Oh.
And then I was like,
So you were really, you were undoing yourself.
I know.
I chose a category that had a similar number of options. There were 14 for Alex's and 12 for yours. So
no, that was quite good. Quite good.
All right. So now we move on to the other 4. We will now mix it up. All right. Because these weren't as specific. Okay. So we'll go to you again, Phil.
Okay.
Pick a number between 1 and 4.
Let's go with a solid 2. You guys didn't start out with evens.
All right. So this is question 2. We'll call it question 2. Phil, I want you to name cities in California.
Fresno.
And your time starts now.
Fresno, San Francisco, Hollywood, North Hollywood, San Bernardino, Compton. Where do the Rams play? Los Angeles. Did I say Los Angeles?
No, you did not. Not yet.
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
Time is up.
Yeah.
You got 5.
Okay.
You got 5.
Jesus.
So
you're doing so well.
So your total goes to 11, which is higher than Alex's 10, but he has got a round on you. So
he does.
Alex, pick a number between 1 and 4, except for 2.
Can I just ask? So you got 5. Are North Hollywood and Hollywood not cities then?
No. That's sorry, I should have specified. Yeah, West Hollywood is a city, but North Hollywood and Hollywood are both part of Los Angeles.
And South Hollywood, nobody talks about.
No. Yeah. Okay, so Alex.
In that case, I will stick with the even theme and go with a 4.
Okay, Alex, I would like you to name big cats, and your time starts now.
Leopard, snow leopard, tiger, panther, cheetah, jaguar, mountain lion. These are just operating systems now. Lynx. Any other big cats? Lion. I'm completely out of options now, I feel.
You're out of time as well.
There we go.
Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 correct.
Steve Jobs
you are
would be
steaming
proud.
Ahead. Alex, you are on 18. Phil, you are on 11. This
okay, that's not insurmountable.
Reasonably close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alex, because you're ahead, we'll let you go first. So, Alex, why don't you pick either 1 or 3?
Number 1, baby.
Alex, I want you to name U.S. presidents, and your time starts now.
Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush Jr., Bush Sr., Clinton, Reagan, Nixon, JFK, Theodore Roosevelt, FDR, Jefferson, Washington, John Quincy Adams. Who else do we have there in the middle? Herbert Hoover. You've got
no time left is
Jesus.
What you've got.
You were missing Taft.
I know. Yeah, and Fillmore, and Van Buren, and Buchanan, And
Who was the
Lincoln.
guy? I forgot Carter. I feel bad for him. He's
Actually,
still
Lincoln's
alive,
the one
even.
that
Forgetting
the
Carter is not
Yeah.
as bad as forgetting Lincoln.
Lincoln.
I know.
Lincoln. But other than
1,
that,
2,
though,
3,
brilliant
4,
job.
5, 6,
Sincerely,
7,
I
8,
Thank
9,
you.
10.
Well, this is one where, like David's Element Sporkle helped him, my U.S. President Sporkle helped me on this one.
Oh, dang it. That sucks. At first I was like, oh shoot, I wish I'd have gotten this. Then I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, I probably wanted him to get that. And in the end, I was destroyed.
I will
okay.
say, I mean, these are the ones that I had matched up for either. I had Phil, you were going to name presidents, and Alex,
Yeah.
you were supposed to name cities in California. And I think those would have been more favorable for Phil, at least. Phil, you
Yeah.
would have probably preferred to name presidents.
I very much
I would have struggled with cities in
Right.
California, yeah.
I
Yeah.
I
struggled.
know,
with
like
it.
3.
Okay, so Phil, that leaves you with our final topic, and you are, let's see, you are, Alex, you have 33. To Phil,
Oh.
you're 11.
Can I throw him a bone? Can we do something to even the odds? Can he get double points?
Let's see, 33. So you need 22.
Yeah, so I would need.
I would be with the topic that he's about to get. Yeah, I think double points may not be as.
I got
as,
11 in my first round, so achievable
No,
is.
you did not.
Is
You got your 11 in your first 2 rounds combined.
oh, that's right. God, okay, never mind.
Okay, so I mean, double points maybe. Yeah, do you want to? Are you good with that, Alex?
Oh, I'm very cool with it.
All right, let's
I'll
do it.
take
Double
it. Thank
points.
you, Alex.
Philip, this is tough. I want you to name rodents. Your time starts now.
Ferret, hamster, gerbil, otter, weasel, mouse. Did I even name mouse?
No.
No. Rat. What else is there?
Goodness, time is up. Oh man, you missed hamster, and like it took you way too long to guess rat and guinea pig.
I thought that I so many of them are so obvious that I actually just thought that I said them already. That sucks.
I mean, I don't even know if otter and ferret, or weasel. I don't know if those are even rodents.
Weasel
Are they
is.
rodents?
I think
Weasel.
it was a tricky category. I think you did well with what you got.
I
Yeah,
mean, so you got
weasel.
7, which amounts to 14 points then, which is short of what you needed.
Yeah, even with the 3 suggestions, I still would have gotten only to 10. How many are there? I need to look this up.
I'm sure there's many. I mean, there's also shrew. There's
there is a
yes,
shrew,
everybody's
and I should know.
favorite, the shrew.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I should have gotten at least to 11. There are any more of 2,050 living species of rodent.
But I think then you're getting into like field mouse and other kinds of mice.
House mouse.
House mouse.
Is that a different thing from just a mouse?
Actually, you know what? I think it is. I think if I could have gone down
You
the
know what?
avenue
If you
of
had gone with the specifics, I think I would have accepted it.
house mouse, tiny mouse, big ass mouse. I mean, if there's an elephant,
Mickey
if there's an
Mouse.
Mickey
Mouse,
Mouse.
yeah.
You know what? I should have actually Speedy Gonzales. I should have gone down. Not Tom, but
Jerry.
Jerry. If I'd have gone
Jerry.
down, I should have done that. Damn it! That is
Man.
very smart,
Remy.
Alex.
Come
Remy.
on, Remy.
Remy, I should have
Greatest
done
chef.
that. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was
Yeah.
good. That
Oh,
would have been
well.
good, Alex.
Well,
oh well.
So the
way that
score
could-
finishes 25 to 33 in favor of
Very
Alex. Well done, Alex. You have come away with at least 1 win today.
And Alex,
Thank you very much.
what you have done today is actually more monumental than even what you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is our last episode of the year. Until next episode marks our year commitment to from where our first episode ever aired. Because of that, this was our final game within the year, and David was only 1 game away from tying me. He did indeed do that with a win from himself and a loss from me. And because of that, we have to go to the tiebreakers.
Ooh.
Oh wow, we have to go. Wow, I'm nervous all of a sudden.
Exciting.
Well,
For the whole year.
For the whole year, we actually have to go to the tiebreakers.
Did you
which
prepare tiebreakers or something? I
did.
don't know
No,
anything about this.
No, it's not. The tiebreakers are just merely accumulation of our points throughout the entire
I
year.
see what you mean. Yes.
We have kept a score of every correct answer we've gotten, every single point we've acquired throughout the entirety of the year. Now it's going to be heavily skewed with this last game with
33. What did I get? 30 or 40?
43. You got 43 points here, David, and I got
Gotcha. 25.
25, which is minuscule in the game that normally we're only dealing with 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 points. And with that, finally, with the live answers and live scores here, I end the year 22 and 22, and David ends the year 22 and 22. My correct answers
In
accumulate
22.
and 22.
No. As in the year 22 is what I said.
Yes. And my correct answers for the year ends at 153, while David trounces me with the last game at 165. David, with a miraculous comeback in the end of the year, you have won year 1 of Powwow's games. No punishment as of yet, but we will have to discuss that at a later point in time. Alex?
Yeah, wow. How could it be closer?
Kid.
That is insane.
It really was all down to that elements round, though, because without that, you probably wouldn't have won the game, but definitely wouldn't have got the tiebreaker thing, right?
Well, let me think about
difference.
this. Because the elements round, let's say I only scored 10 on that. Now we're really analyzing. Let's say I only scored 10 on that instead of what I did score was 26. So take away 16 points from my total there.
Yeah, you would have been at
I would have been at what?
You would have been at 27 because 43.
20. No. I'm talking about the totals. Correct questions for the year.
Oh, you would have been at 149 to my 153. Actually, yeah, it would have come down to that.
But yours
really
were
was the
double.
decider.
You had a double round, so you would have had 7 less as well, technically speaking.
Technically, it all
I
shakes
still would
out.
have beaten you then.
But I also would have
if I
gotten, if
hadn't
we're going to even
allowed you
go
to double.
deeper, I would have gotten the freaking U.S. presidents if I hadn't been so impressive in my first game.
if you hadn't have been so like, well, let's just be random about it.
Absolutely. Alex, how many rodents can you name? How do I always get these weird questions,
Definitely
by the way?
fewer than you can, yeah.
Yeah,
You were supposed to get rodents and Alex was supposed to get big cats, and then you were going to get presidents and Alex was supposed to get cities in California.
So I guess it really would have evened out. Either ways, nobody cares anymore. We're done. All the hoo-ha and celebration is over. Enjoy your confetti. It's been a victorious weekend for you, David, all around. Alex, thank you so much. Any last messages you want to send to the people? Any last tattoo ideas, as you have given me a tattoo idea from your last appearance? Anything at all you want to speak about? You have a podium.
Thank you so much for having me on again. And I think if you really need to tattoo all the members of the rodent, animal group on your back to make sure you remember it for next time. But congrats to David, and I'm sure you'll give him a fight next year then.
Absolutely. Next year is my year, and I was leading the entire way. Well, not the entire way, but the last half.
For the
last
last 2 months
a painful
or so,
way to lose. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go along to that slappage. Yes, we love that slaps. I'm going to start us off this week. I found something, and I actually texted you about this, Hoffman. I hope that you listen to this song. I think you will dig it. I think that this will be like a song that you will actually enjoy for the first time in a long time since the Kanye edition. My song that slaps is called Call Me, featuring Mimi, M-I-M-I, but it is by, I want to say Naked, but the artist is named Naked, spelled Neiked, Naked, but not afraid, just naked.
Okay.
Call Me.
All right.
That's
I will eventually, at some point, I'm sure, check it out.
Please do.
Now, I didn't come across anything new this week. Movies, TV shows, nothing, none of the above, not even any new songs. So I looked through my playlist and I found a real, shall I say, a gem, one of the oldies, and it is Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics, Annie Lennox, and Dave Stewart. It slaps. I mean, does it not slap?
It does.
It slaps, right? There we go.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. We really appreciate your time listening and, of course, joining us
we
on
appreciate y'all so much.
You're a real gem, Hoffman, gem. The things that get cut out of this episode. We, of course, cannot do this or any of our other 50 episodes in the previous backlog without the help of some people. I will start us off. Thank you so much, Tara Amstutz and Josh Hans, for your wonderful additions and production things that you add to the podcast.
Thank you to Cass and Crossland for our intro and outro music, and to Jake Corlang for music and sounds that you hear on the show. So thank you both. We love you.
And happiness and vibes. Jake provides that as well, as I'm sure. But thank you most of all to you, the listening audience. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you downloading. We appreciate you just interacting with us in any which way we can get you. Thank you so much. Whether or not you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Playlist, anywhere that you can find us except for Pandora, because screw you, Pandora.
Hamster, mouse, rat, bear. A bear's not a damn rodent.